I would like to start this presentation with a question. What is engineering? Engineering is the application of scientific and mathematical principles and knowledge to the transformation of energy and matter from their natural conditions into humanly valuable states. Now, engineering can be divided into several branches, according to the nature of the scientific phenomena they deal with. Chemical engineering is a branch of engineering which applies physical-chemical phenomena in large-scale chemical processes. It can be divided into three large subsections: chemical processes, which deals with physical-chemical process technology; automation control systems, which deals with system analysis application; and environment, which deals with ambient operation control. Meanwhile, electrical engineering is the branch which studies the generation and general application of electrical energy. It can be divided into three large subsections: power systems, which deals with the generation, transmission, and distribution of electrical power; electronics, which is the execution of complex operations through devices designed around electric charges; and communications, which is the use of electromagnetic waves for communication. Now, just like how all areas of science are interconnected, one discovery in one branch of engineering can lead to huge steps in another. With this in mind, production engineering is inherently multidisciplinary. It can be summed up as the management science applied into manufacturing technologies and engineering sciences. Within it, we can define the area of modeling and simulation, which is a prediction of physical phenomena ahead of real-life experimentation through computational means or otherwise. Now we must introduce two other important concepts. Sustainable development is the achievement of human progress in economic, social, and environmental terms through sustainable means. Its directives are dictated by the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And innovation is the conception, adoption, and utilization of novelties in a product or services design, manufacturing, and distribution. Its directives are dictated by the OECD's Oslo Manual. The aim of our work is to ultimately present the relevance of modeling and analysis in chemical and electrical engineering within the context of sustainable development and innovation. Now, to explain our methodology, we must first introduce what is the Web of Science. It is an online citation indexing service for academic papers with over 19 million works in its database, referencing over 1 billion other papers, operating under the principles of Boolean searching. We must also talk about the Voice Viewer, which is the programming tool for graphical visualization of thematic correlation between papers. We decided to approach our aim of asserting the relevance of modeling and simulation in chemical and electrical engineering by searching for available literature on the overlap between the two subjects on Web of Science and analyzing the results with the aid of Voice Viewer. Therefore, to perform our work, we adhere to the following steps. First, we must search for papers related both to modeling and simulation and each of the aforementioned subsections of chemical and electrical engineering. Then we export the results to Voice Viewer and produce a word cloud of common subjects and their relevance, basing conclusions and relevant notes from it. Then we repeat the same steps for papers related to both this overlap and sustainable development and innovation. These are the results of our work. First, we will present the results of the overlap between power systems and modeling and simulation. Our search yielded 34,032 hits. We can clearly see the increasing concern with the planning and topology of power grids and the accuracy of new methods of simulation of the operation and control of such systems. Here we can see that the brunt of the work comes from countries with cutting-edge research into renewable energy sources, such as Germany and India. Brazil is relevant on this field due to its great energy demand and size of its transmission grid. When we account for sustainability and innovation, our search yields 1,125 hits. We can see there is great emphasis on fighting climate change and concern with carbon dioxide emissions. The field is focused on replacing polluting energy sources, such as diesel, with hybrid power systems. And we can see there is a lot of incentive to new and innovative approaches. Now moving on to the overlap between the field of electronics and modeling and simulation. Our search yielded 18,691 hits. We can see there is a lot of emphasis on the modeling and simulation of high-performing circuit topology, which demands great care on the implementation and analysis, numerical or otherwise, of solutions. There is outstanding academic production in this field from countries with a strong history in electronics manufacturing services, such as China, the United States, and Japan. When we account for sustainability and innovation, our search yields 431 hits. We can see the relevance of this field in modern society and the concern with innovation in the words that appear on the world map. Moving on to the overlap between the field of communications and modeling and simulation, our search yielded 148,768 hits. We can see a lot of emphasis in the field of communications on modeling and simulation, as development, optimization, probability, approximation, and computational complexity are highlighted words in the word map. In this field, there is great academic performance from countries with critical and robust communication networks, such as China, the United States, South Korea, Japan, and Taiwan. When we account for sustainability and innovation, our search yields 2,262 hits. There is great care for innovative breakthroughs on 5G communications and emphasis on improving expanded energy from communication devices.
Environment and Modeling and Simulation 3,839 hits. Great emphasis on relevant agenda for the current environmental cause. Hits related to natural resources usage and chemical process that link the environment to technology. Subject inherently linked to sustainable development. Increasing attention to the topic from 2010 to 2012. Relative stagnation from 2013 onwards. Chemical process and modeling and simulation. 2,756 hits. Clear emphasis on the subjects of emissions and transformations. Relevant topics: matter processing and transformation on chemical processes. High levels of academic production from development countries with great investment into research and development. Chemical process and modeling and simulation and sustainability and innovation. 114 hits. Technical and scientific development related terms prevalent. Automation control system and modeling and simulation. 213,1472 hits. Prevalence of process related to automation and technology related to chemical process and reactions. Massive numbers of high-end research originating from development countries with great academic output: China, the United States, India, and several European countries. Automation control systems and modeling and simulation and sustainability and innovation. 6,108 hits. innovation in areas related to gas emissions and technology structures focus on environment matters. Conclusion: positive results. Great overlap between modeling and simulation in chemical and electrical engineering from good number of search hits. Academic output. China and the United States are field leaders in all topics pertaining to our work as the result of a large population and levels of industrialization, even though the two countries are not committed to reducing pollution. India, which invests in new telecommunications technology and energy sustainability strategies, produces a lot of academic papers as well. Environmental impact. The concern with the environment on works pertaining to electro engineering is very evident. However, such a topic became less prevalent on works related to chemical engineering from 2013 onwards. Lesson: we have ascertained the importance of the concern with sustainability and innovation and its application on electro and chemical engineering.